I'm gonna let you in a little secret. If you know this, fantastic. But if you don't, let me open a whole new world for you. We're going to culture. We're delving into culture. There is so much that is hidden, so many atrocities and so many wonders, all enveloped, that you are going to find about a culture. Things they don't tell you, things about white supremacy, things about kingdoms that have been hidden, spirituality, economics, violence, whatever the case may be, for eons, just hidden in plain sight. If you follow the language, all you have to do is delve into the language, follow the language, be curious about the language, and everything will be uncovered. But let me tell you my fun discovery. Okay, so here's what I found out, right? So I was sitting one day and pondering, right? And I did this TikTok video after pondering. What was I pondering about, you say? Well, I'm half Cameroonian, half Nigerian, right? So here's what I'm using, vitamin C, right? So I'm half Cameroonian, half Nigerian, and my accent is a thing of wonder. People are always asking, oh my God, where are you from? Because I have many accents, and because my many accents are a thing of wonder, I always get questions about where I'm from, no matter how many times I tell the people where I'm from. I say I'm half Nigerian, half Cameroonian. Okay, grew up in Cameroon for several years, and I've moved around the entire West Africa, right? I've moved around the entire West Africa. I've lived in a ton of West African countries. So, trust me. When I say trust me is a source, it's because it is a source.
Bref, alors ça veut dire que je parle français, je parle anglais, right? I speak English, je parle français, hablo español. That means I talk Pidgin correct. Okay, I talk Pidgin, I talk Cameroon Pidgin, I talk Niger Pidgin, I say Nyash, I say Las, I say all, I talk all of them. All the Pidgin them, Giam, I talk them, right? So, because of the fact that not only do I have several accents, which I get from my mom, I get it from my mama, literally, I also am very language inclined, right? I love languages. And as a result, it doesn't matter how many times I tell my people, my tribe, it's all tribe, where I'm from, they're still always gonna ask, where are you from? But long story short, let's get into my thoughts on language. So I was sitting one day pondering, and I thought about the word, and I was speaking Pidgin. I think I was speaking Pidgin to someone. I thought about the word lass. Okay, so if you know anything about lass, it is very much like the word ass, bum bum, what Nigerians like to call nyash. Okay, bumpis, nyash. Okay, and in Cameroon, in our unbroken English, which is in our Pidgin English, we say lass, right? So Nigerians say nyash and we say lass. And I was thinking about that word, right? I do think that Cameroonian Pidgin is very, very sophisticated, right? And I think the only other Pidgin English that rivals or that can compete with Cameroonian Pidgin is Sierra Leone, is Salon Pidgin. Now they got Pidgin English, okay? And Pidgin English is like patois, right? It's broken, right? It's broken English, so it's like patois, but it's very West African. So it's a lingua franca for several West African countries that unites us, right? So Cameroon speaks Pidgin, Nigeria speaks Pidgin, Salon, Sierra Leone speaks Pidgin. So we say lass, right? And Nigerians say nyash. So I was thinking about this word, lass. You know, ya lassie, ya mami lass, ya lass the chemin. You know, like I was thinking about the grunty, you know, the hood Pidgin, you know. And while I was thinking and I was talking to a friend about this, what came to mind? The etymology of the word came to mind when I was talking about this. And I started thinking to myself, So as I was speaking and I was talking about the word lass, I thought again to myself, I said, hold up. The Irish
say lass a lot. The Scots, this is an old English word. Lass is an old English word, right? So just digging into the etymology of it and thinking about colonialism, right? Thinking about colonialism in West Africa and Cameroon to be particular, I thought about, why is it that we broke the word lass down, right? Because again, Pidgin English, like patois, is broken English. So I was asking myself, why is it that we broke that word down, right? Instead of saying ours, for YouTube's sake, why did we choose the word lass to be nash, to be pompis, bumble, right? Why did we choose that word instead of several other actual English words that were used at the time, right? Buttock, all that stuff. And it came to me, could it truly have been a situation whereby the colonialists, right, came into the country and every time they would see a beautiful girl, a beautiful lass, because what is a lass, right? A lass in Old English or Irish or Scottish English, right? And I think it has roots, Nordic roots, is an unmarried girl, young girl, a maiden, like in your teens, like in your 18, 19. Unmarried, very young girl is called a lass. A maiden is a lass. And so I said, is it that every time these colonialists were sitting outside in Cameroon or perhaps in Sierra Leone, right? And they were outside doing whatever they were doing, God knows, in the markets, wherever the case may be, and they would see a very beautiful young, Cameroonian girl, Mancon girl or Bali girl, and say, oh my goodness, what a lass, right? And they would only always say that when the girl was beautiful and had a plump, big behind, right? Beautiful young girl with a plump, big behind. And because maybe they would say, Mange, Tange, go call that lass. Go call that lass for me. And every time they called, Mommy, okay, go call that lass, right? Every time they would say, go get, call that lass for me. Call that lass. I want to talk to that lass. Bring that lass over here. I want to talk to her. However rude they were, right? And when they called them like that, whoever was around would be like, oh, okay, you mean her. And somehow, maybe every time they said that, the native Cameroonians, Mancon people, this one people, going back people, would see the lady had a beautiful big, behind Ikebe, right? And so that somehow translated in their minds, oh, because every time they say, call that lass, or I want to talk to that lass, or I spoke to that beautiful lass, or blah, blah, it was a young, unmarried maiden girl with a big, fatty body. What's her big body? And because of that big body there, what did Cameroonian people say? Well, let's break it down. They must be talking about big body girl them. And must see big body they talk about, Sorry, let me not speak in patois, let me say in pidgin. The way they call that every time where they ask for last. Now only one fine girl so we get big bum we get big nya so. Only girl where they get fine girl there. We get big bum The other time he come my mommy, he say I want to that last. And like say no see my mommy na big woman. Na my mommy, no be my girlfriend, no be my sister. Now mama maybe that. Every time when did they say make we call somebody, when we call that fine girl, now big bum they get. So now must last be that. Because every time they call picking now last. Every time they call bring that last. Now big bum with they see. So that now last. So from that day, the natives will be saying, oh, every time they hear last, they know it's a big, jiggly, beautiful, big party. So they naturally said, well, as part of our English that we'll be breaking down, these people must be referring to
bum bum when they say lass. And I think that is the pidgin etymology of the word lass in broken English, right? It has to be. That must be why. So that's what I thought about. So let's keep doing fun stuff like this. I really enjoyed like just thinking about this in my head. My head is a real wonderland, I have to say. You know, I love living in my brain.
Di bango banga, di bango banga, bango banga, di bango, di banga. Pardon, faut pas dire à ton gars que yanga des mousses pour un gars. Parce qu'il a dumba di banga. On dénonce la go de Kissa. Ta go de mousse da Tiza. Où sont les filles qui fument chicha? Ce soir on passe.
Like my osea is damn near done. I absolutely love this. It has seaweed inside, like it has seaweed, algae. Oh, love it. But anyways, yeah, so as I was saying, I absolutely loved just pondering and thinking about this in my head. But if you, and I'm telling you, you guys, if you want to know certain hidden gems about a culture and what happened, and if you're curious in general, follow the language. Follow the language. That's all you have to do. Follow the language. And listen, I'm making assumptions and I think it's fun. And I want to do more of these. And I want you guys to drop in the comments like what other like Pidgin English words or what other words in general or terms that we use in patois, broken English, wherever you are in the world. What words opened a whole new world? A whole new gem, a whole new secret of things to ponder about regarding what happened in history, regarding culture, etc. What word sparked a bell and made you be like, this has to be what went down, and just took you under a rabbit hole, right? I'm so hot. So like drop them. And if there are any like that are from cultures that I'm very well versed with, languages that I'm well versed with, I will look into them, right? And honestly, we need to look at the scholarly articles, but I love the guessing. Let's guess, okay? Let's guess. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. So drop it in the comments and I might do another video if I find very fun words in the comments that are interesting or really interesting words that we really should be looking at to see, like, you know, what white supremacists were doing on the continent, what we also were doing on the continent, what our travels, etc., whatever the case may be, anything that is going to have us dig and find secrets and gems, like cultural secrets and gems. Let's look into it. All right, so until next week. It's Gigi Mambo for